Hey guys, welcome to another episode of StuTube. It's December the 8th, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the price of Bitcoin and how I think there's potential signs here saying that this sell-off could be just about done. As well, I'm going to be taking a look at some positions that I've been in recently, including a short position on Bitcoin that I entered today. That's right, the first short that I've entered in probably about 6 months. But I'm going to go into a little detail with that, and if that sounds interesting to you guys, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and with that, let's get it. Alright guys, gonna start off by looking at my daily Bitcoin chart here, and you guys remember from last video I pointed out this upward sloping purple trend line, and I said that if we had dropped the levels that we were trading at during my last video, I think we were somewhere up here, but I said if we drop these levels that we might actually be saved by this line, and that's kind of what it looks like is happening right now. You can see that at the start of this daily open, we just kind of went and tested that support line, and we've kind of bounced back since a little bit. So it's kind of early to say what's going to happen there, but that is just one little sign that this could be coming to an end as far as this sell-off, that maybe we won't actually get a real far pullback. If we do drop this line, I think it would be totally natural to kind of test, I don't know, somewhere in this general area, just the bottom of where we were finding support here and kind of the top back here. Actually, even just if I were to eyeball it, I bet that's kind of close to a 382 fib line if I were to pull bottom to top. Yeah, actually very close, so I could probably just move this down a little bit, somewhere around there. Yes, catching the top of these candles here, and kind of a little bit of support here. So that would be a level of interest around the $16,000 mark if we do drop this purple line. But if I look at, let's just zoom in a little bit to the 4-hour chart here. And yeah, you can see there that my purple trading range here, uh, it looks very natural, and I would not be too surprised if we do find a little bit of support here, get some sort of a double bottom, and then start testing closer towards the upside. And maybe this is where we're going to set an actual higher high, guys, much higher than 20,000. Even if we do test the top of this channel again, we're starting to look closer to that 22, 23,000 if it's in the near future here. So would be interesting if we do start finding support here. If this is where the bulls are ready to step back in, we could see some potentially big moves in the next week or two here, guys, I'm thinking. Of course, none of this has to happen, and none of this is financial advice. Always do your own research and form your own opinions. I'm just showing you some technical analysis that I'm looking at and potentially playing. But yeah, as far as this trend goes, this basically dates back to October, guys. This channel has been forming since, so it is a fairly strong channel in my opinion, so we're gonna have to watch that. I'm gonna zoom right into my 15-minute chart and kind of show you why I entered a short today. Alright guys, so earlier today on Twitter, if you don't follow me on Twitter, you should. Once in a while I'll share some technical analysis ideas or trade setups that I'm looking at personally taking, stuff like that. But anyways, I said if Bitcoin drops this little green support box, I wouldn't be surprised to see us retest the yellow support of this wedge. Pattern is not confirmed, still just a theory. But here it was, guys. So what I actually ended up doing, I didn't share this publicly, but I set a momentum trade just below this box at 18,580, and you can see that this wedge played out absolutely beautifully. And how I got that was I just connected these two support touches here, looking for a bit of a third touch point there. So we did in fact actually break past that, and we're still below the wedge. One thing, as I mentioned, we got near my purple trend line, so the fact that we found such solid support there makes me think that that trading range may still be in effect. So I did want to start locking in some profits, guys. So I did take some profits at 18,150, and I believe I actually touched on that. Here's just how I was updating on my position. There it is, entered my first short in ages, entered at 18,580. Stop loss already been adjusted to 18,520. Worst case, lock in a small profit. If a 15-minute candle closes back into the wedge, I'll lock in at least half my position. So you guys can see there that that pattern played out absolutely beautifully. Got a nice, fast, uh, beautiful move downwards there, just as predicted. Able to adjust my stop loss basically immediately. You gotta love those trades where there's really no risk after a minute or two. So that was absolutely great to see. I did actually end up starting to take profits here. You can see at 18,150. And right now, the rest of my position, the second half, I did take half here. My second half of my position will be stopped out if we jump above 18,430, and that's just kind of getting back above this structure. One thing I want to mention though, another thing is if we just get that green candle close back into this wedge, I will most likely be closing the rest of my position because I think there's a good chance at that point that we would be continuing this trend higher. Even if we were to bounce around in this wedge, I think there's a good chance that we are using this purple line as support and going to carry to the upside from there. So another thing that I have started doing is building a bit of a long position on my second trade account, and I started laddering in a position at 18.2k, and it's just a small position because if we drop I want to add a little more, or if we start breaking patterns I want to start adding more to my position as well. We're going to have to see how that'll play out. I'm just adding a little bit at a time, but I do want to start building a bit of a long position here just in case that purple is the very bottom, because again guys, that's such a large trading range that the risk compared to the reward, there's quite a lot more upside if this range is going to carry on, and it has been carrying on for several months now, so definitely going to give it a little bit of credit there. Anyways, guys, that's about all I have to ramble on about today. I did share some XRP trades that I took earlier today on Twitter as well, but I don't want to bore you guys with absolutely everything I was posted on there. But if you're interested, go check that out. I had two trades, I believe I got 23% profits on both of them, and then the third one I actually ended up losing. I think it was like 14 or 15%, so I thought I would share the one that lost as well. So again, if you're interested, go check it out. And if you appreciate this content and what I'm doing, guys, give me a thumbs up, give me that subscribe, and let me know in the comments down below. Ask me questions. If you have anything you'd like me to touch on or anything like that. On Twitter today, I did actually have a couple people asking questions about my stop losses and stuff, so it was kind of cool to get some interaction going and having a bit of feedback on what my thoughts are on the market. So that was kind of cool to see. Basically just questions about my stop losses and if they seemed a little too tight and stuff like that. But the way I'm trading these high leverage trades, a lot of times, guys, my stop loss is fairly tight, and I am also looking to start taking profits very early and updating my stop loss to break even just to protect myself. And I'd rather than looking for those home run trade setups, more so looking for just accumulating over time and just getting percentages over time. You guys just growing that whole account. So that's why I don't mind if I just barely get a move, and let's say within an hour I'm able to lock in 20%. You know what, 20% in the stock market is a great fucking day. So 20% in an hour, even though it's only a 2% move or whatever, it's still great profit, guys. So don't be afraid to lock in profits if you are trading aggressively like I am. Other than that, guys, again, none of this is financial advice. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe. Let me know what you think of the channel down below. If you're interested in looking at my macro analysis, I am still extremely bullish for the long term, and I have a video posted in the description below that goes on many reasons why I think the price is absolutely going to explode in the next few months here. But yeah, we're going to have to see how all that goes. With that, guys, I'm out. Stay safe. Peace.